Hello all. So we will be taking up the next example. I had stopped this example here only in the previous video. So in continuation with this, a bullet which is fired upward at an angle of 30 degree. The alpha is given the horizontal from the point P on a hill, and it strikes. So actually what is happening here is, I'll just draw and show you how it is. There is a hilltop. Okay, and a bullet is fired upwards at an angle 30 degree to the horizontal. So if say I'm at this point of the hill and I take a horizontal here, a bullet is fired from this point, okay, at 30 degrees. So when I draw a tangent here, it would be 30 degrees. The tangent is not looking like a tangent though, sorry. It is fired and it goes and reaches down like this. Okay, fired from a point P on a hill. So this is point P on a hill, and it strikes a target which is 80 meters lower than point B. The initial velocity of the bullet is 100 meters per second. So here he gives you the value of u, 100 meters per second. Calculate the maximum height, the actual velocity, and the total time required. Fine. So with this basics, let us okay, one more thing was the difference between the two heights is 80. Okay, the first one, h max, u square sine square alpha by 2g. You have the value of u, you have the value of alpha, 2g, you get the value of h max. So the maximum height attained by this, that is this distance, is h max. Okay, next, this diagram you might find it a little confusing, so no problem. The actual velocity with which the bullet strikes the target, this is figure is the previous numerical standard case. At point A is the highest point of the projectile. Okay, now consider v1 to be the vertical component of velocity at a equal to 0, and v2 is the vertical component of the velocity while striking the target, and s is the distance between them both. So when I'm talking of s here, I know the difference is 80 and this height is 127, which we calculated from the previous. So now the total s is going to become 127 plus 80, that is 207. Okay, now we will use the equation of motion, v2 square minus v1 square equal to 2gs. I know the value, I want to find the value of v2 square, and u is 0, it is equal to 2 into g into s. So I get the value of v2. Now we are dealing with all vertical components, so wherever the horizontal component u comes, g is 0, so u also becomes 0. Okay, that is why here we are substituting 0. The vertical component of velocity while striking the target, v2 is 63.79, and the horizontal component is given by u cos alpha, that is 100 cos alpha. You get this value. Now this is like your summation f of x and summation f of y. Vertical component is summation f of y, horizontal component is summation f of x. So if I want to find one view, which would be the combination of these two, it is like your resultant r, which is under root fx square plus fy square. Square both and under root, you will get the final velocity v. Okay, then the total time required we have to calculate. Just take this off. Okay, the total time required when we are calculating, t1 is the time of flight, first half, t2 is the time of flow till the target. Okay, so total t is t1 plus t2. Consider the motion from p to a, that is the first part. Initial velocity in vertical direction at p, initial velocity for vertical is u sine alpha, I substitute, I get final velocity would be at point a is 0. So for using these two conditions, I will use v equal to u plus at. Because it is against gravity, it is minus gt, u minus gt. So I'll substitute in this and I get a t value, that is 5.096. Now let us consider the next half, a to the target. So vertical component at a is 0 and vertical component at the target is, I've got it from the previous case. So therefore again using v equal to u plus at or gt, you get the value of t2. So final time of flight is t equal to t1 plus t2, that is 11.569. Okay, so this is your numerical. So next we have another case here. Determine from the first principles the angle at which the bullet must be fired over a horizontal plane such that the greatest height attained by it is equal to the greatest distance traveled on the plane. So greatest height attained is h max is equal to the distance traveled, that is r. So your condition is r equal to h max. Okay, I will simply write the condition first. I know the equation for R, that is u square sine 2 alpha by g, and H max equation is u square sine square alpha by 2g. I have to equate these two. Okay, so equating these two and solving for this from trigonometric, we get alpha equal to 70.48. Now very simple, your g goes here, basically your u square goes, you have sine 2 alpha is equal to sine square alpha, that is sine alpha into sine alpha. For sine 2 alpha, you will put 2 sine alpha cos alpha equal to sine square alpha. So 2 cos alpha equal to sine alpha, then sine by cos or cos by sine, you will get the value of alpha, that is 70.48. Please solve this. This is a very simple example. Basics are used where the condition is given that maximum height is equal to the maximum horizontal distance, which is nothing but your range. Okay, a very simple kind of example. Next, we have the next example. Yeah, a bullet is fired from a gun with the initial velocity. I have the initial velocity u is 250 meters per second to hit a target. The target is located at horizontal distance. He's giving us the horizontal distance, and it is 625 meters above the gun point. Okay, 625 is also given to us. Determine the minimum angle of projection so that the bullet will hit the target. Okay, so let alpha be the angle of projection. U is known to us. Horizontal component is u cos alpha. So 250 cos of alpha. Vertical component is 2 sin alpha. Consider the horizontal motion. For first this motion, I'll use Sx equal to u x t plus half ax t the whole square. So in this, when I substitute for the values known, t becomes a becomes 0 because it is we are considering the horizontal motion. So in horizontal motion, your this term entirely becomes 0. Only this will be there. So that is why 3750 equal to 250 cos of 80. Okay, this term is 0. Sorry. Then considering the vertical motion, g comes into picture here now. So sy equal to ut plus half dt square. I know the value of sy. This sx was this, and sy is this. So sy equal to u I know plus half gt square. Now from equation 1, that is this equation, I get the value of t, that is 3750 divided by 2 cos of alpha, and that I can substitute in this equation for t. That is how we did the derivation for your equation of trajectory. Similar way, we substitute in the vertical component equation, and solving that equation, I get the minimum angle of projection to be 18.96. Okay, so this is also a very simple example, but lots of mechanics part or kinematics part is applied, wherein I have to divide it into a vertical and a horizontal velocity components, and then use it for horizontal and vertical distances sx and ux. Okay, next example. A toy missile is projected with an initial velocity of 20 meters per second, u is 20. If the missile lands at 15 meters away, so x is given as 15, the same level, what must be the angle of projection? Very simple. I know that y is 0, considering the point B, y is 0, x is 15, and g is this much. So we have the equation for the projection or projectile. Using that equation, substitute the values, you get the value of alpha, two values of alpha basically, because you get two equations and you can solve the two and derive for the same. Okay, now next I was talking of another case, that is motion of a body thrown horizontally from a certain height into air, the case 2 which I was talking of. So when I have I have a case of dropping a body from some height h. Okay, this case is solved over here. Motion of a body thrown horizontally from a distance h. So when I'm drawing it, goes and falls, just falls, right? So this is that case. So the figure shows a body. This is the figure. 1 minute. Yeah, this is the figure. The figure shows a body thrown horizontally from a certain height h into the air. At point B, there is only the horizontal component, that is this is at point B, only horizontal component of velocity. As the body moves in air towards the ground, the body has both horizontal and vertical component again. Yes. So when it is coming down like this, it is coming down also, which is vertical, and it is moving horizontal also. So both the components are there. Okay. The horizontal component of the velocity from B to A remains constant and will be equal to U. But the vertical component in the downward direction will be subjected to gravitation. So B to A, when I'm talking horizontal, again it will be a constant, but vertical will be, we will be accounting for the gravity. Okay. Now resultant velocity R is under root of V square plus U square. This is nothing but your R is under root Fy square plus Fx square. Okay. Now vertical downward distance traveled by the body is given by ut plus half gt square. U is 0, so h equal to half gt square, so h is only half gt square. Okay. Then the horizontal distance is given by r equal to u into t, so it is u into t. The vertical component is given by v equal to u plus gt, so u is 0 again, g into t, and resultant velocity. So these are some of the equations that we are going to make use for the numericals related to this. Okay, very simple. An aircraft is moving horizontally at a speed of 108 kilometers per hour. I have to convert this in meter per second. At an altitude of 1000 meters, that is the height, towards a target on the ground, releases a bomb which hits the target. Estimate the horizontal distance r of the aircraft from the target when it releases the bomb. Calculate also the direction and the velocity with which the bomb is hit. So first I will convert this. Okay. And the velocity initially is given 108 kilometers per second, so into 1000 for kilometers divided by 16 to 30 per hour. 16 to 60, this should be 16 to 60, sorry. The horizontal velocity of the bomb is given as 200. Now that is 200. I will calculate the horizontal, that is u cos alpha, sorry, u into t. Height given to us is 1000. Okay. So we know that let t be the time required. H equal to half gt square, h equal to half g t square. So I calculate the t is unknown. The horizontal distance of aircraft from the target when it releases the bomb is r equal to u into t. So I know the value of r, that is u, that is 30 meters per second, into t, that is 14.278. Okay. The velocity with which the bomb hits the target, that is vertical component, gt, 9.81 into t, 139.9. The horizontal component u is 30. So resultant velocity r equal to under root v square plus u square, and direction theta is given by tan inverse of fy by fx. So you will be making use, fy means vertical by horizontal. Okay. This is one of the simple example, most simplest. I think this is misprint over here. You can just neglect this because the velocity is 30 meters per second, and I'll be making use of this 30 meters, not 200 meters per second. Okay. So this ends your projectiles. There are many the e-notes that we have circulated. One of the textbook is also there. So there are many unsolved problems. This is from the same thing I'm taking. So there are many unsolved problems here. Please try to solve and correlate your answers. If you have doubts, please get back. Thank you.